Welcome back to the Ultimate Jury. This is the second chapter of Film Wars. We have the same jury here, same day.
This time we have a very mysterious prize on the line. Boom.
In this chapter of Film Wars, we're going to be discussing heroism in films. We have three different choices from three different guests, and I think it's going to be a brutal, bloody fight, but someone has to fight this war. Why is it us? I can't answer that question, but whoever can answer that question will be able to open this up and take whatever they want, and then choose who gets the next prize. And basically, they're on their fourth, so it's still a competition. I want you to win, but we're all going to win. We're all going to be, we're going to cease fire. We're not going to fight anymore. This is actually the last Film Wars. I'm not going to do any more of the Film Wars thing. It's at least for the first season.
So basically a participation trophy.
He said it better than I could have, so let's get this Film Wars started. Anthony, which film best represents heroism to you?
I think it's V for Vendetta. Guy Fawkes. You know who I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think...
Remember, the Guy Fawkes of November, I think.
Something like that.
Something
the 4th of November, I'm pretty
Fifth.
sure. That's what.
It's fifth.
Fifth. Yeah.
You sure about that?
I'm not sure, but I love that. I love that movie, and I think that Guy Fawkes is a hero to me because he represents an idea and not like a person. He's not like this person who has like this history behind him. He didn't undergo some crazy radioactive. He's not like a superhero per se. He just represents an idea and a way of thinking that he wants to like use to influence like the entire population, and he does it successfully in the movie and like changes the way an entire government works.
Great. All right, so Anthony's going with social terrorism. All right, Steve, what film best represents heroism to you?
Easy.
Easy?
No, that's easy for me. I would definitely go with Lord of the Rings.
Definitely. All right. Why?
Yes. Because there's multiple reasons. Because each character has their own different way of being a hero. You have Aragorn, who's soon to be king, and he fights his way there in a very humble way and very truthful way. You have Frodo and Sam, who are thrown into this journey just by coincidence because Frodo's uncle had the ring. Frodo has to deal with bearing the ring and having all that evil inside of him, and yet he still travels all that way fighting it, and he has his best friend next to him who's also portraying a lot of heroism, standing by his side the entire way, through the entire journey, all the way there, knowing that they might not actually make it back, but yet they keep on pushing. And almost every character in that movie has their own arc where they become like a hero, and they do everything they possibly can for the ultimate good. And only because there's so many different heroes in that movie, I think that's the ultimate heroism movie.
So many heroes, so many endings. I'm cutting you off right there. Dave, what is your Film Wars choice for heroism?
Mine's probably The Dark Knight. That's the first one that came to mind. Because
the Dark Knight trilogy, the Nolan films?
If I had to pick one, I would pick the middle one, The Dark Knight. But I think what I have to say about it applies to all three of them. It's kind of, in a sense, it's a lot like the V for Vendetta thing, where even though he is one person, he represents an idea. He is an idea to these people. But what's interesting about it is that people don't really know him. A lot of the things they talk about in the film is people don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy, and a lot of people think he's a bad guy. And what makes it more heroic, to me at least, is that he doesn't care. He knows what he's doing, that what he's doing is good, and if people want to antagonize him, he lets them, because he knows that overall what he's doing is good, and it doesn't matter what they think of him. It just matters that he's doing what he thinks is right.
Okay, so we got your arguments, and I think you all have very, very different movies, which is good. V for Vendetta, Dark Knight, and then you would pick. Could you pick one of the Lord of the Rings films? Not The Hobbit, obviously.
They're kind of one.
Yeah, I'd say they're all
sure. Okay, let's actually
one journey.
So you're okay letting him choose all three of them?
Yeah, that's fine.
So so let me boil it down. We're not choosing what's the better movie. Obviously, they're all great films.
Exactly.
I recommend, if you haven't seen any of these films, see these films. Come back, watch the fight, and you'll understand this a little bit more. But let me break it down. Can you guys take one character from those movies and put the, let's say two. One character that represents hero, one character that represents villain.
Yeah, the Chancellor in V for Vendetta was definitely the villain of that movie.
Who was the Chancellor again?
I don't know. It's like Chancellor
Sutler.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like character-wise, like what did he do? Like, what made him like the bad guy? Like Vader was a bad guy because he had
Well,
like
he was
the
just
Empire.
like a total dictator, and he just wanted to like kind of control everybody's social lives down to like the minutia. And like I think that like Guy Fawkes stood up to maintain their freedom, and that's just like what he did. And I don't know, like he knew how to just change people's minds, and even though they were so brainwashed, and that was really admirable to me. It wasn't just like he was physically doing something, or like he was on a mission to like return a ring to fire or something like that in a volcano. It was like it was his mission to literally change the way people were thinking, and he did it.
He did it alone as well.
Yeah.
But again, you can also say that about Batman. You know, like I think the Batman character and the V character have a lot of similarities. Let me think about that. Steve, can you take one character though and put it against V and Batman?
Absolutely, Frodo. Because not only is he the hero, but he has the villain attached to him at all times, which is the ring. The ring is the ultimate power of Sauron, and it's literally taking him over mind and body, and he fights through it and still gets it to where it needs to be and ends the battle and ends all the evil.
It's admirable.
It's very admirable, and it's for such a little guy compared to the rest of the world around him, he's a hobbit. He's small, and he still manages to do everything while being almost forced down by this power that's taking his body and like mind away from him.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, I never thought of the villain and the hero being one and the same. So that's cool. Dave, would you have a villain for Dark Knight? Was it Two-Face, Joker? What do you got?
I was going to say Alfred, but yeah, let's go with the Joker.
No, I want to hear more about Alfred. This box is yours, my friend.
No, I mean, obviously the Joker is the obvious answer for who's the biggest villain in that whole story, because he's like the quintessential. I mean, when you think of sometimes when someone says who's the greatest movie villain of all time, he's probably near the top of the list, if not the top, next to Hannibal Lecter or something, because he's just he's got no rules, as he says. He's ruthless, and I think what a lot of people like about that character is that he has no fear, and he's no hesitation for doing what he wants, and his plans tend to work out perfectly. And I think that even though what he's doing is horrible, it's admirable that someone can be that smart and that clever and execute his plans so well. So I think that's what's attractive about that specific character.
So what specific, if you can boil down your heroes into a moment, what moment in your films, in your mind from that film, screams that is a hero right there? I would never do that. I would, in Batman's case, like doing the crazy stunts, just standing on top of buildings. I wouldn't even stand near the top of a railing near a building, but he just like, I'm gonna jump off this building, no problem. Like that for me, every scene is like that. But do you guys have a scene for V where he does something so heroic?
Yeah, he kills himself.
You never kill yourself?
Not for
A cause?
a cause.
Okay.
Something heroic that we
that's
would never
drive.
do, you're saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got any from Batman? Dark Knight?
Yeah. I would never
Spoilers.
I would never jump out of a window to stop someone from falling when I myself don't have a parachute. I don't see what the sense is there, but somehow they both lived through that. So
Yeah, it's Batman. Steve, what about you? What has Frodo done for you lately?
Basically, an entire journey. I mean,
No. Moment. It's got to be a moment.
all right, accepting being the ring bearer,
Oh.
knowing what the possibilities are, and that he might not.
But
even
did
make
he know? Did he
did.
really know?
Gandalf basically told him that
Yeah,
it's
but
a one-way trip. They explained it at the council.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying, I don't know if the ring was what he expected it to be, even after the Council of Elrond. It was way more than he could have expected.
All right, then I would say when they finally got to Mordor, and then like the armies are marching towards the gate, and him and Sam dress up as goblins and go into the line. Like,
That's crazy.
why you're literally marching with the enemy,
literally half
and
the size of
you're
everyone
half the
here.
size,
Armor's not going to help.
and they somehow.
Not only were they under disguise doing that, they were torn apart, starving, on the verge of death.
Seriously, they had no more water, they had no more elf food, and I don't know how.
elf food.
Yeah, the elf
Lemus
bread
or whatever.
Llamas bread.
Llamas bread.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he still did it. I mean, that's something I wouldn't have gone into the heart of the
Just so
enemy.
you know, that stuff should have lasted way longer. But it's supposed to fill up like a grown man's stomach forever. They had like 8 bricks they ate in a day. They could have been fine, but they ate
that-
it all.
You got to remember,
That movie took place over the course of a very long time, though.
I know, but like they overate. The hobbits they like to eat.
Yeah.
I can't blame them. How many meals they
I
have?
hate how like
Second
just in
seas,
movies
suppers,
in general, like when someone's so thirsty and they have like the last drips in their water
Yeah.
bottle and they let it all come out like on their face and stuff. It's
Does
like
any of your movies have that? Because you guys get disqualified. I hate that.
It's
like
the
Mad Max.
worst.
Mad Max wasted so much water.
Yeah, I
and
know.
freaked out
And it's the
about
most
it.
precious thing in the whole movie. You're like, no, every
exactly,
last
yeah.
drop has
Sprayed
to
it
be
all
taken
over his
care of.
face. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just
Yeah.
every 10 minutes that movie, they're just wasting gallons of water.
Don't forget that Gollum destroyed like all the bread that they had and then blamed it on Sam for eating it. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
They didn't eat it all.
You're right. Okay, so let me ask this. Was there a character that was important to your heroes, but not integral to the overall heroic journey that they went on?
Does it have to be in the movie that I chose?
Yes.
Um,
Well, V for Vendetta is the only one, right?
yeah, I think there's like a doctor in the facility that he was being tested in that like went against kind of what the facility was doing. I think he cared about her a lot, and she like kind of forced his like course of action after he was released from that facility. I don't know her exact name though. But like her like his
her
journey,
influence.
like his journey was influenced by this character
Okay.
heavily.
Well, the three characters that came to my mind were Rachel, Dawes, Lucius Fox, and Alfred.
Yeah.
But Lucius Fox is integral because he supplies everything Batman uses, and Rachel clearly isn't integral because she died and he went on to make another movie. But Alfred is there, and though he's very important and Batman wouldn't be the same without him, technically he didn't need him to do what he did, but he was there for advice and to give him any input that he needed during the things he was trying to do.
Okay. Steve, what about you?
So you're saying it's a character that didn't need to be there?
Yeah, not integral to the hero's journey, but someone that did help them in a way. Like in your opinion, like needed to be there for that character to be a hero.
Sam. So for Frodo, it would be Sam,
So
obviously.
you don't think Sam's integral?
See, that's the controversial part of that question.
Sure,
Contradictory.
I'm breaking it down. Yeah, I want to
Because
know.
he couldn't have been there in the movie, and I think
They would have wrote their way around that.
They would
probably.
have, yeah. But I mean, for Frodo to do what he did, Sam,
But
had to be there.
Sam carried him up that, like both in the book and the movies.
and
he's integral
he
to
kept him motivated.
But Frodo would have failed without Sam.
Exactly.
So he is integral. What about Smeagol?
He's a trickster character though. He's not really like
Smeagol?
Yeah, like creative writing.
But
wise.
I would feel that if Smeagol wasn't part of the story, Frodo wouldn't know necessarily why he wouldn't be so rushed. He wouldn't know, like, if I don't throw
Well,
this
he
ring
sets,
in,
like,
I'm
the
going to
stakes.
become that.
He sets
the
the
stake.
sti-
But
yeah,
sure, but he's still going to throw that ring in. He had that, plan to throw the ring in before they met Smeagol, before he realized, I think someone's following us. He had the plan of throwing the thing in. So, like, Smeagol, again, I'm not arguing for Steve. I'm helping you now.
Then I would choose the other two little guys, the other two hobbits,
Merry and Pippin.
They're
Sure. Okay, so he chose Merry and Pippin. Steve, you're the best. So one last question. Are any of your characters the underdog?
Underdog. Frodo is the ultimate underdog because he's about 3
Right.
feet short,
That-
and
yeah.
he still manages to save the entire Middle Earth.
Yeah.
He saved an entire world by destroying the ultimate evil.
Steve, I'm cutting you off because you won Film Wars. You have the best argument. That is amazing. Steve wins Film Wars. You had a good argument. I can't give it to a terrorist, but I do respect what he did. In a weird way, like he blew up a bunch of stuff.
It's one of my favorite movies.
V for Vendetta is one of the best.
Love that movie.
Anti-government movies ever made. And
It's not anti-government. It's dictatorship.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Anti-dictatorship.
Okay.
Perfect way to putting it. And obviously Batman is a hero. But yeah, dude, like he's Batman. He's awesome. Like Frodo, unfortunately, is. I would feel hero is someone that you don't think of as a hero. Heroism is someone that you don't see coming and someone that can surprise you. And Steve surprised me with that. A lot of his arguments. So I'm gonna have to give it to Steve. All right, Steve, open it up.
Driving me crazy. Pick.
And then there's a raincoat.
You got 10 seconds, or else I'm giving it to Andy.
You just take the biggest one you see.
10.
8.
Obviously, it's gonna be like the worst one.
All right, who's getting it next, Steve?
I am.
Don't open it yet. Let everyone get their gifts.
I'm taking initiative and I'm taking the yellow.
We're gonna talk after and just switch parts, switch objects.
Let's toss that around. All right, I'll take this over here.
Okay. I got a painted wood figurine of the Joker.
Who did? Let me see that.
All right. I don't know what I got yet.
Dave got a parachute.
No. Oh, it's an apron.
You watch Breaking Bad? It's the restaurant
Oh,
for Breaking Bad.
Nice.
Where they traffic drugs. Los Polios Hermanos.
It's like literally a carnage face mug.
It's like a film reel.
That's a serious mug.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
That's awesome.
It's a Hydra pin.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah,
like
whoa.
a ripped Joker.
Looks like he. What's going on with that?
I don't know. You can do this with his head.
Hey, Joker.
I feel like that's a Joker that would talk like Bane.
Yeah.
Is that a button on his head?
Just put a smile on that face.
No, it's his head.
What? Why does that do that?
I don't know.
Because he's out of his head, that's why.
He's out of his mind.
Music make you lose control.